Hi, welcome. This is an introductory video on how to use the level generator asset from the asset store. Now, the idea of this asset is to let you generate levels using your own parameters, let's say. So it revolves around rooms or sections generating other sections, but you have full control on what they are doing. So let me show you. First of all, let's create an empty game object. This will be called level. And we just need to add a single component, which is called generator. All right. So this component will actually have most of the things we wanna set up. So max level size is expressed actually in section amount. So let's say if I put in 2, it will mean it will generate 2 sections. So for this example, we're going to say that the sections are rooms and corridors. All right. So let's say that we want to build something with 100 sections, which will have 100 rooms, 100 sections separated in rooms or corridors, right? Then the order is actually the distance between the section you are creating and the original, the initial section, right? So this will say 10. So it cannot go further than 10 sections from the original. This actually allows you to generate more hive-like levels instead of very linear ones, right? So this is the sections. This is actually a collection of prefabs, which we are going to see right next. This is dead ends, same. So you have sections and dead ends. Dead ends actually do not connect to anything, but allow us to fill the empty gaps when you cannot longer create a section. So each time you aren't able to create a section, either because of the level size or the order, or because there is already a section where you want to place one. So it will just create a dead end, right? So the initial section tags. So this is important. Let's say let's put in just central. So this system is all based around tags. Why tags? Being not the tag from Unity, but actually tags from strings, right? Why tags and not, let's say, enums? Well, the thing is that the enum actually requires you to go into the code and create an enum and just feed it to this code, right? So I went through with a strings approach, which is not the safest. It's not the most not secure but stable one, but it actually works pretty good considering that you have all of these names actually centralized. And these are the special rules which we are going to cover afterwards. So these two buttons, this will add you a section template, just a template of a section. And we have another one which is a dead end template. All right, so let's do a room. All right, so let's put in here room, I think 4, because it's for this example I already have a couple of rooms built. So following the design I'm already doing, let's just create a cube, and this cube will be I don't know, let's say 2 by 4. All right, or let's put in 2 by 6. So one of the things you have to keep in mind is that these rooms are going to be created from another one's exit. All right, so let's just say, just to so this room is going to be placed in the exit of another sections, right? So it has to, the entrance of this room, it has to be aligned with what would be another exit, right? So sorry, this is 0.5 and this is 3. I'm going to explain it better. So let's put in the exits now. So the exit will be around here, and we can actually add more exit. Let's add one more, and let's put it around here. So it would be -1 there, and 3. And let's turn it around so that the forward, which is the arrow, the blue arrow here, the forward is pointing towards the outside. Now this is important because the next, so let's say room 4 creates another room 4, all right? So this will actually be put in here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So you see the exit of room 4 is going to generate another room 4, and it's going to place it there with its own transform, all right? So let's erase this and let's just set up the bounds. The bounds is mostly built to, hold on, let's just put it here. The bounds are here to actually, as you can see, it's a trigger, and you can place many bounds, many boxes. So the bounds are actually here to for the system that prevents section overlapping. All right. So let's just use, I think it was 6 and 2, and that's 3, and we have bounding box. All right. So what else do we need here? We need to paint it just to know that it's a room. This is just purely visual, right? So what do we need to put in here? All right, we need to put in the tags that are going to be identified by this. So you can say this one is just room, but you can put many tags. And then this means which tags, so which sections this is going to create in its exits, right? So let's just put in a corridor. So each room will create corridor, and each corridor will create rooms, all right? And then the dead end chance, it means on the exit, what are the chances of just creating a dead end, right off the bat, right? So let's just put in 20%. All right, so now we have a room, and we go here to our prefabs, and we place in room 4. We have now a room there. And then this is dead end. The process is mostly similar. I already have a dead end here. You can see it. It's just dead end, just a prefab, and that's it. All right. So same with the corridor. As you can see, the prefab for the corridor has the tag of this one is corridor, and it can generate any section that has the room, treasure, or spawn tag. All right. So if you come here, the spawn room has spawn tags and generates corridor. The treasure room has a treasure tag and it generates corridor, and so on. So, all right. So let's go back here. Now the level. Now the level, it's important. So here, all our sections are these ones, right? So let's just select all, except the dead end, and let's go to level. Yeah, damn it. All right, once again. All right, so in sections, we're going to put all sections. So this is a collection of sections. You cannot just grab a dead end and put it here, all right? So dead ends, I'm just going to put one, and this is the dead end. And that's pretty much it. So in the initial selection, it's going to pick any section that it has the tag central. So in this case, the room 3 has the tag central. Let me just here show you room 3. Oh, sorry. All right, so room 3, it has room and central. So it can be generated by corridors as well as being the initial room, right? So let's just put in play, and hopefully it will generate something. All right, so here's our dungeon. All right, as you can see, we have many treasure rooms, we have many spawn rooms. And since we only have 2 variations of corridor, it's just very limited on what to do. You can also say, like, for example, this corridor. You can say that this corridor specifically can also generate, let's say that it can generate also a corridor. So let's see how interesting is that. All right, so if we play, we can see that here you have a corridor that has generated another corridor. Pretty interesting. And also, if you say, like, for example, the room 3 here, you can generate corridors. So let's say you can generate also rooms. So you can generate room and corridor. So let's see what happens. So every room 3 now has a chance of generating another room. So here, as you can see, it decided to generate corridor here, dead end here, and a room here. And as you can see, there's no overlapping going on anywhere. All right. And just if you are wondering about the bounds, about the collider, if it's not going to go in the way of your game because it's a collider, you know. First of all the colliders are status trigger, and also when the level ends generating, it will just deactivate the collider, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's just revert a little bit here. Let's just go on. Yeah, you keep doing corridors, and you're going to do just the 3. All right, so now to the special rules. So here, the level has special rules. It's a collection. So let's say we want to do 2 special rules. All right. So let's say we want to do a rule for the spawn room. All right, and we want to do a rule for the treasure. So we know that the spawn we have to have 1, at least 1, and top 1. All right, and the treasure we can have, I don't know, we can have 0, and we can have max of 3. Yeah, that sounds good. So this means that for this tag, it will only generate 1, and it has to generate 1. It's a condition that it has to be met. All right. So let's just put in play, and here we'll have 1 spawn room and 3 treasure rooms. All right. So if say we want to do, let's say we can have top 8. All right, treasure rooms. Now, are we going to see 8 rooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we have 8. I'm trying to get a number. All right, we still have 8. Let's do 12 because this is not playing my game right now. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come on. So anyway, the point is that it doesn't, the max amount. All right, so here we have 6, 5, still have 12. The point is that there's some max amount, but it can be any number between 0 and 12. Actually, if we, okay, that's because we are actually generating a pretty large dungeon here. So yeah, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So as you can see, we have 9 out of 12. Minimum was 0. So it actually, if you start populating the section list with more rooms, the chance of a treasure room actually decreases, right? So, and of course we have the the only spawn. Now, as you can see, this is pretty much a b-dimensional level dungeon, whatever you want to call. But if you check another of my projects, this is actually a first-person shooter. I don't want to. Let me see here. All right, that's fine. So, if you can see here, because I made the prefab support multiple levels, you actually have a multiple 3D dungeons, right? So you have upside, downside, and there's actually the central thing here has a exits on the lower level and on the upper level, and it can go downwards as well as it can go upwards. So this is basically the same algorithm. I'm running here an older version of the assets that I uploaded on the asset store. So yeah, and you can actually use this. Well, for example, if you take any of these rooms, let me see here, prefabs. So yeah, here for example, if you take any chamber, you have your enemy spawners here. So this is an enemy spawner. So you can have inside your top level dungeon or level or whatever generator, you can actually work with these prefabs to have multiple layer generators. So for example, a treasure room, you know it will have treasure, and you can actually go into this prefab, all right? So you can actually start putting things here to actually generate treasure procedurally. So that's pretty much it. Regarding this, I still have a bunch of things to add to this asset, but yeah, in essence, it's just a small level generator, which you can actually, you have full control over it because you are generating each piece, right? So, for example, if you say room, rooms can only generate rooms, and you have something very similar to, very interesting, because you have something that is more looking like a I don't know what to call, but more like this. Yeah. So it's not like corridor. It's more like a structure, right, of rooms. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you like it. Hope you download it, and any feedback is really appreciated. Thanks.